Que pasa? What's happening, everybody? Welcome to yet another glorious episode of the Trial and Aaron podcast. We call it The Tap. I am your host, Aaron. This is Little Croy. And on tap today, I want to dive into something that's just got the world, it seems, by the balls. This product that is just, it just brings the Zynergy. It is the Zynsurrection. It is the Zendaya of tobacco products. I'm talking, of course, alluding to Zyns. They're fucking everywhere. Everybody I know, just damn near everybody I know is just popping them in their mouth, especially at work. And this product's just so popular, and I wanted to do an analysis of it, break it down, do a little research, damn it all. So here's a little expose on this Zyn product. It's super popular. I've done it a handful of times. I've never bought it myself because I'm an avowed mooch. And whenever I'm out and about, it's got my Ray McIntyres around or Brad Case when we're in the South Lake Tahoe casinos. Oh, yeah, you mind if I pop one? A little something so shareable. And boy, howdy, what a buzz. What a buzz it is. Not talking light year. So Zyns, I've done some research today when I was on the haul truck at work. Listened to a couple videos, and so I'm not sued for copy. Let me interrupt myself here. I want to get to the point with the tap that if I do something wrong when it comes to the sources or putting up like images, something like that, that I'm big enough to get in trouble for it. That would be the fucking dream. But I'll just get on the good habit of just putting out my sources. I have watched 2 videos on it. Got some good information, so I'll put those links to those in the description. But I also have my own feelings towards this brand, what it's doing, its kind of cultural impact, all that good shit. So here we go. Without further ado, I'm going to start off a little history for you. Zyns. Before them, obviously, cigarettes. Tobacco's just been part of human culture, human lore for centuries. Since we found out, we have lungs, let's put some smoke in them bitches. Let's tear them up. Back when just like cigarettes, though, were just by far. Get out, kitties! They're jumping all over the equipment. My apologies. Cigarettes have just been part of just human culture forever, damn near, and especially the 1800s, 1900s, and the say 50s, 60s, whatever. It's hard to see someone, especially your doctor, without a cigarette in their hand. It's just that social symbol, that social status. Like, yes, you bring out that Zippo, you light it for a lady. You just get that oral fixation. It's that cool, just, I mean, I may or may not have had a couple darts in my day or just taken a puff of some, but there's just something to that tradition of just indulging in tobacco and loving every second of it that people are about. And then that shifted over the years, thank God. It turned into more vaping, like in the early 2010s and stuff. That's when like cigarettes were on the decline. They've been on the decline for a while, which is a good thing. But vaping totally took the world by storm with its delicious little flavors. It's like nowadays, my God, it's like you can get a high score. There's lights popping off. You're excited. You're just elevating off the ground a little bit. But back, let's see, in the history, Zyns. They were first made. They weren't called Zyns. It was just a nicotine pouch back in the year 2000. I don't think it first came to the United States. And it was huge in Europe by Zonic. Zonic was the company that made nicotine pouches. It's a nicotine alternative to smoking. So it was Swedish, and like I first saw what these pouches were when I was in ad school, damn near like 10 years ago. Good old Carl from Sweden. He's putting in these white little pouches. I'm like, that tobacco? I've never seen tobacco pouch like that. He's like, no, it is snus. I was like, snus? Snus. I'm like, I thought that was tobacco. He said, well, get it together, Aaron. I was like, well, my apologies, Carl. I fucking love Carl. I haven't talked to him in a long time, but hell of a copywriter, hell of a creator for this Carl. So yes, huge in Sweden. Snus was the product of choice. Blew up in Europe, and it came to the United States in 2014. Not huge, but it's like starting to make the rounds. Like I said, in the 2010s, cigarettes were just falling off a cliff. E-cigs, the jewels of the world, had essentially the popularity that Zyns have now, where people posting on social media and all that. Cigarettes and tobacco products had their advertising balls cut off years ago. I'm not exactly sure when, but if you ever looked at like, say your Playboys or whatever, there's a huge general surgeon warning plastered right over that print ad or anything like that. That's why you just don't see those ads anymore. It's just, you're not having it. The addiction reigns supreme. It's kind of, word of mouth is the best advertising, but man, so is addictive urges. So we'll get into that later, the morality, the moral ambiguity of advertising or just selling tobacco products. Let's see, the game changer here, February 9th, 2020, March, April, May. Yeah. It's like, so, what a year, 2020. But the Congress passed the Protecting American Lungs and Reversing the Youth Tobacco Epidemic Act. Oh, boy, that just flies off the tongue. So essentially, the Juuls of the world, like the e-cigarettes, the vaping culture, like it was a big kick to the nuts. Severe limiting, social media marketing, traditional advertising, and no longer able to sell flavored vapes. That is just a Cliff Notes version of what happened. They took a hit, which pretty much took them out of play. There's still vapes and e-cigs and it's like all that stuff around there, but it left a void. It left a power vacuum for nicotine pouches to come in and take center stage. Let's see. Yes, crazy regulations, advertising stuff. But let me tell you, lest I forget, some of the funniest Juul or like blue BLU, I think that's what it's called, like the e-cigs. Picked up a magazine at the landfill, Playboy, of course. And they have some of the funniest ads, and I'm a huge sucker for print ads, and I'll spur off and do other episodes just on print ads when you can look at them. If you're just listening to this podcast, so sorry, I'll try to paint pictures with my words. But print ads, they just have to capture the essence of whatever the product, the brand, and just make it punch, make it hit. And there's one with Steven Dorff, the bad guy from the first Blade. My God, Deacon Frost. Great bad guy. Of course he smokes cigarettes, but he's in a Juul ad or the e-cig ad in this magazine, and it just says, no one likes a quitter. Because vapes were kind of touted as this just nice, healthier alternative to smoking cigarettes. You're not breathing in that tar. Take these chemicals. It's good for you. You need it. Let your lungs just explore this pain instead. And another one, it was just him. It's such an appeal to patriotism. It's Steven Dorff again. He's like, this was like prior to those vape ads getting absolutely nixed. He's just sitting there smoking it, enjoying it. I used to smoke cigarettes all the time, blah, blah, blah. Take back your freedom. Take back your freedom. The freedom of choice to just hose your lungs with all these chemicals and nicotines, all this good shit. It's your choice because you're an American. Take back your freedom with vaping. So anyways, back to Zyn. Enter Zyn. Got super popular after that, obviously, and it was sold as this healthier alternative, not only to cigarettes, to e-cigs, but to chewing tobacco as well. It comes in pouches, and man, Copenhagen long cut. Let me tell you something. Not long cut, but came in pouches. I lost in rock, paper, scissors to Brother Keith at the landfill years ago when he still worked there. And I lost in rock, paper, scissors, and the bet was, all right, I would take a pouch. Because, come on, Buns, try it. I'm like, all right, fine, just to shut you up. Me, him, and Scalary just loaded up in the truck. We were heading home for the day. And within 10 minutes, this is a Cope pouch, I felt buzzed, drunk, and hungover all within 10 minutes. I don't think I was spitting anything out, so that might have had something to do with it. But essentially, it fucking sucked. It really did. And I had no desire to get to a point where you need to put one in, get in that work zone. People love their chewing tobacco. But Zyns, let me say, like, let's see. It just started, the culture needed something, like that vapes were kind of like took a step back. And the culture needed something, and it was a perfect combination of time, place, and this product's time and place. The vape pens were just going down the crapper. Americans we needed our fix. It's a huge market, and these Euros the Euros absolutely capitalized on this product. This European product came in and just took the United States by storm. Like the War of 1812, they're coming back to get us. They are. Social media took off. Influencers, you've seen, like professional athletes using it. Say our Joe Rogans of the world. I heard that in the video. Like when you see these people of status popping these Zyns to the Tucker Carlsons of the world and just singing their praises, and we don't have any drawbacks that we know of just yet. We'll get more to that later. I've got my notes on it, I got my feelings. But essentially it became the cool thing to do, akin to smoking cigarettes back in the day. It's just what you do. It's cool, it's hip, it's now, it's youthful. I would say the appeal is like young, more right-leaning guys, a little blue collar, very male dominated. But I know there's ladies out there that love their Zyns, not just a Zinfandel, a little Zyn pouch. Oh my goodness. But yeah, celebrity endorsements. It's not this old wrinkly piece of shit experience that is smoking a cigarette. This is young. This is, you put a pouch in, upper decker, lower decker, put in 2, 3, 10. My God, some of the guys that work at the landfill, I see them just stepping off. Old Bradley Lou or cousin Kyle, just step off, hard day of work. They busted their ass and I'd say Brad has had at least 10 to 20 in there from what it seems like. What an animal this guy is. But Zyn essentially became mainstream. Like I said to Ray in our last episode, how Jell-O just overtook what any sort of Jell-O-esque product. It could be, happy brown goop. Like, no, it doesn't matter. It's Jell-O. No matter what it is, it's Jell-O. That's why you have any other pouch. You got your Rogues. You have your other Zyn-like products, other nicotine pouches. It's commonly referred to as Zyn. It's like all the other search engines. Oh, just Google something. Like, it's just synonymous with the act. And Zyn is synonymous with this cultural, I'm going to say revolution, but this new cultural wave, this norm that is just taken over everybody. And it's cool. It's hip. It's more than a fad. It's a Zyn. And it is estimated with this popularity for the nicotine pouch industry by 2030 to have $23 billion, which is absolutely insane. And as of when I watched this video, as of 2024, I want to say 23, 24, 87 million cans of Zyn sold a month. That is a metric fuck ton of Zyns, of nicotine pouches, of this stuff that we don't know whether or not down the line it's good for it. Kind of like COVID shots. Because when it comes to Zyns or vaccinations like that, what we don't know is what's going to happen 20, 30, 40 years down the line. That's exactly what we don't know. Nobody can tell me different. It's just, as of now, as it stands, Zyns aren't kicking you in the nuts the way cigarettes are, or the way tobacco pouches are, or vapes. But they are certainly increasing in popularity, and they are absolutely addictive. They are absolutely addictive. The fact that the popularity's exploded, yes, there's a demand for them. It's cool. It's cultural. However, that demand for these Zyns, I also think is fueled by people's addictive tendencies and how it's become a regular part of life. How they're day to day. You just need that little buzz. You got that scratch. You're going to itch it with a Zyn. Let's see here. The target audience, like I said, young men. High schoolers, honestly, very cool for the high school crowd. It's like they're smoking their cigarettes back in the 70s in the bathroom. Like I said, more blue collar. But honestly, my mind goes to more blue collar guys. But I think tech bros and anybody who just has that itch to scratch, that really enjoys that little perk, that little buzz that a Zyn gives you, gets your mind fizzing and feeling good and getting the gears turning. I think it's omnidirectional. It's omnipresent, omni-marketable, I should say. Multiple different target audiences, but by and large, young men, I'd say 18 to 35 plus. If you're doing something, if you're a guy, you got lips, you got gums to put a pouch in, just tuck it on in there. This is for you. And so I wanted to get into this. Zyn is owned by Philip Morris. If you're not familiar with Philip Morris, they are essentially the dealers of death forever. They are a huge Philip Morris International, a huge tobacco producing and distributing. I believe they own Marlboro, but they are the cigarette people. When you think of the people who want kids to smoke cigarettes, give it to them, get them young so they're addicted, or maybe they die within 30 years, but god damn it, they're paying $6, $7, $8 a pack, maybe more. And these are these guys. They own Zyn, and they're going for a smokeless future, because now they're these magnanimous saints that just have this wildly popular product, but it is no less addictive. That's why I'm happy that there's no ads for cigarettes and stuff, because they have a built-in audience. Your addiction is what brings you in. That's the marketing scheme. And with this, they're also selling addiction. So here's the question. Here's the moral quandary with all of this. Because addiction is also touted. It's put out there as perhaps a genetic disease, a disease itself. I can't stand it. It's total non sequitur. But I saw a pharmaceutical ad saying, "Oh, do you have obesity? You don't have obese. You are obese. You don't have addiction. You are an addict." And as someone with a very addictive personality, and I've had my struggles back in the day, it's like you're advertising. Is it a disease or is it a choice? Essentially, sorry for getting all over the place, but addiction is a disease or a choice. You are making the choice to go into a store to buy the product. You don't have to buy the product, but you're getting the product that has the warning labels, this and that. The cigarettes have it. You know what you're getting into, and until you're knocking on death's door, laying on your deathbed, it's like, all right, whatever, c'est la vie. Let's get it. Let's go. At the end of the day, it is your choice to buy cigarettes, to buy a fuck ton of Taco Bell and eat it on the regular and kill yourself that way. There's so many different ways we're killing ourselves with products. I mean, probably have too much pre-workout in the morning before going and getting after it in the gym. But when it comes to Zyns, I mean, it is a choice. And the Philip Morrises of the world know exactly what they're doing. They know exactly who they're marketing to, the price, get them young. They love it. They need it. They got to have more of that addiction, because once you're addicted, it's essentially game over. Unless you cold turkey kick it, dog, it is. I mean, I have my vices. I'm going to the dispensary every other week, get my fix. People need their fix. They're going to go. They're going to spend money to get that fixed, regardless of the health defaults. Most of the time, but people do change. And I will say that I have a couple of anecdotal quotes here, some people to reference, guys I work with. But yeah, it is a choice to buy these things. But how should these guys be at fault? Oh, we've made this product. Here it is. You don't have to buy it, but your addiction, like, we know we got you just hooked in by the gills. We're just gonna reel you in with this urge, with this need, this powerful urge within you to go and scratch that itch and appease the addiction. But anyways, let's get into those case studies. We realize this is popular, but so is chewing tobacco back in the day. So is the vapes and stuff like that. And I asked Brad, because I was giving a ride to his truck today. You're a Zimmerman. And I asked, like, what's the draw? Like, why do it? Or what got you into it? I'm just curious as a frequenter. And essentially, it's way more convenient. He doesn't speak for everybody, but for himself, I think he also, a lot of people can identify with what he's saying here. It's way more convenient, far less messy. You don't need a spitter. You don't need a little water bottle just filled up with just that tar, just shit-looking spat. No spitters. It's less obnoxious. And it's more, I would say Zyns are so much more socially acceptable, because if you walk around, you got a spitter in your hand, you got a fat wad, you got a fucking hockey puck of Copenhagen long cut in your bottom lip, upper lip, whatever it is. It's just kind of, it's a bit of the ick these days. It's just this poison shredded gunk that you have in your gums. And again, we don't know the extent of Zyn's effects on our health years down the line, but it is so much more visibly appealing. This tiny little white pouch, fairly innocuous, could easily be mistaken for chewing gum. That's my vibe, my orbit. But yeah, far more socially acceptable, and you can do it anywhere, Brad said, which is very, very true. You can just pop it in here at work or at dinner, something like that, whatever. People see it. It is so much more accepted, I want to say, so much more socially acceptable to pop a Zyn rather than just, again, put in that pinch, that 3-finger pinch in your bottom lip, lest you be Aaron judged by the outside world. And cousin Kyle also had a similar take on it. Kyle, like, he was just saying, yeah, shredding up my gums. Like, people, not just him, but people can see the ill effects that chewing tobacco, the pouches or long cut, is having on your gums, your teeth, and you can feel it. And he made the change there. He's like, well, I'm already addicted, so I might as well get something like a healthier alternative, which it is so far. I haven't seen anybody have their face had to get surgically removed, like your gums and your lips, because of Zyns. It's chewing tobacco. And so people do it for like different reasons. Kyle wanted a healthier alternative than chewing tobacco, but also still appeasing the addiction. And I'll be lying if I say whenever I'm out drinking and stuff like that, again, whenever like Ray or Bradley Lou. Shit, Mick the Dick that nobody believes. She knew the BTK killer. Damn it. I'll take drags off of vapes, cigs, like just that fucking mooch. But I'll buy you a drink. I'll buy you a drink though. But damn it all, if I ever get one myself, I'll be damned. I'll be damned. All right, so let me get into the creative of it. Or shall I say the lack thereof. If you looked at a Zyn little puck, that little can, it is just basically, it is the most basic of designs. The Y's in the middle, you get the clear colors, has that little number there, lets you know how much it's going to flick you in the balls. The 6er, I'm more of a 3 guy, it's more my speed. But yeah, it's just, there it is, Zyn. It just says, it's easily recognizable. Nothing wildly iconic. I can't say that it will have the popularity of the Coca-Cola, that cursive, that white on red, that easily iconic branding. This is just, here it is. It's basic, it's simple. There's a genius in simplicity. You know a Zyn can when you see it. And back in the day, like, you see a hardworking guy and got his blue jeans, got that circle bulge, that iconic, chewing tobacco. That guy is a shaman. He's got it in his front jean pocket or even his Wrangler shirt. You see that circle, he's chawing. Nowadays, it's a Zyn can more often than not. But its popularity, I would say they've reached it. They don't really need creative. Honestly, the social media storm, the mainstream aspect of it, you've made it because it's so mainstream. People are literally advertising for you. It's cool to do. It's hip. It's now. And you're gonna I myself made a little Photoshop image of Charlie Sheen with a Zyn popping out of his mouth. It's zinning. I thought it was funny. I just wanted to share it, even though I'm not a huge Zyn enthusiast. But people are about it. They want to share their love, that kind of ravenous craving for not just the Zyn, but for the brand. It's cool. It's you're part of the cool kids club if you Zyn, and to profess your love for it online, you're just a part of that group. Nothing wrong with that. Zyns are pretty cool. You pop one in, you're like, oh yeah, it's just cool. And because it's cool, you don't need a ton of creative, just a recognizable product. And then the people, all the thralls, the addicts are just advertising for you. You're bumming stuff off the other people. They're easily shareable. You pop them in, pop them out, on with your business, spit them out, put in another one when you're ready. And they're not that expensive either. My God, scratches that itch. The creative collaborations. Yeah, the culture collaboration with this product. It is a boom. This is the new gold mine. Like I said, it's going to be worth billions and billions of dollars and moving into the future. And if the medical studies come out, is my prediction, they come out with hardly, if any, ill effects on your health down the line, it's only going to boom again, even get more powerful and get more squirrely. The Zynfluence, the Zynergy, the Zynners, the drink Zinfandel, Zyn it to win it, all these fun puns, all these, it's just silly, but man, people are about it. And I myself, the user experience, kind of like edibles. You take one, you wait a little bit, some fun's on the way. You're not intoxicated, but you're not totally sober. You're just kind of, your head's fizzing a little bit, and you feel good, and then it goes away. And there's no muss, no fuss. It's clean, and you don't need to spit. You don't need to spit it out of there. I will end this episode with this. Will it only increase in popularity? Absolutely. And hopefully it is healthier than other tobacco products, so people can get that fixed without paying with their life. But there's so much more romance to cigarettes. I'll say joints, cigarettes for sure. I wish there was a cigarette-esque product that didn't just disintegrate and eviscerate and lacerate and torch your lungs, because there's something so nice to that oral fixation. You take the drag, you exhale, your head's a little buzzed, but there's also a social aspect to it, because people with Zyns can go into a circle and talk, but there's something about a smoke circle. I was in one at the Renaissance Fair I just went to in Hollister, and you're just there's strangers, but we're all enjoying a cigarette. It's passing the peace pipe around, whatever it is. There's so much more of a social aspect to traditional smoking cigarettes or smoking whatever, that pass the joint in the circle. It'd be cool if everybody in the circle had their own joint, but passing it, there's just more of a social interaction to traditional death stick to lips type experience, and just talking. Adds a cool little rasp to your voice, but also adds a bit of cancer to your lungs and your body and longevity. Makes you wrinkly and fucking just shitty, just overall taking your health meter and lowering it one cigarette at a time. But what Zyns are doing, I don't know yet. Hopefully nothing, and hopefully the people, everybody that I know and love that are indulging in Zyns, even if it's you, that doesn't harm you down the line, you get some benefits from it. But that's just, yeah, Zyn, it's simple, it's here, it is a cultural norm. So go get you some. While you're at it, go listen to the Tap, subscribe, share it, show up to Tap Trivia on Sundays, you wild sons of bitches. Maybe I'll hit you, when is this coming out? Next Tuesday? Next Tuesday, it's going to come out. I'll announce that next Tuesday will be Election Day. Oh, the 4th. Yeah, go out and vote, you know. So, yes, on the 4th, this will come out, and I'll give a little keyword to Tap Trivia for that Sunday's trivia. Zinning. Fuck it. Zinning is going to be the keyword. Zinning. I'll get you... Fuck it. 5 points. 5 points. Listen to the Tap. Love the Tap. Share the Tap. It's there for you. It's good for you. And I believe coming up soon, I need to reach out and confirm. We have a date set up, but Aubrey, formerly Cortez, I believe it's Ingle now, with Harley Ann Customs. We're going to talk business, talk shop, what inspired her, this is where her creative inspiration comes from with the products she makes, overall philosophy on the thing, what she's doing, why she's doing it, all that good stuff. Tap ain't just about creative critique. I just want to branch this towards products, creativity, small businesses. We're getting there. We're getting there. It was a broad spectrum at first, but damn it, I want to narrow it down a little bit more. But thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode. A little Zintastic. Go out there, keep zinning, get silly, not stupid. And until next time, bye-bye.
You lose! Good day, sir!